Hey, there we go. Hey, what's up? What's up, man?
What's up, man? Can you hear me yet?
Yeah, you're a little bit quiet. Let me turn it. That might be my end or your. Could you say something else?
How's that?
Yeah, that's. Hey, there you go. That's a little bit better.
All right, sweet.
Better. Hey, if you're ready to go, man. I mean, I'm pretty much ready to go. I was gonna play this song through the intro. I was about to text you real quick here.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Okay, hell yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. All right. It's cool to meet you too, man. I'll
Yeah,
go
you too,
live.
buddy.
We'll go from there. Let's get it. All right, bro. I'm gonna start off. I'll play some music and then we'll get into the interview. And let me make sure I send you the YouTube link also. It's on Twitch. If anyone's watching on Twitch, I'll post that link also. That's right. Hey, there we go. That was Trees. And I want to make sure I pronounce this correctly. I got Coalescence Cascade. Let me make sure I said that correctly. Hey, man,
Yeah.
welcome to the broadcast. I had to practice it too. I was like,
It's
um,
a weird and long name.
I'll let you take it away with the name first. Is what's it mean and everything, or how long have you been going by that name?
So this name's been on my list for a very long time. I first heard about it probably back in maybe 2010. It's like a phenomenon in physics that they see with water droplets. It's like it doesn't do what you would expect it to. It's kind of this coalescence cascade of the water kind of bouncing back and forth, and each time
Mm,
it goes down it kind of loses 50% of its mass. And I just thought it was interesting that something so simple as water droplets could unlock mysteries. We just had to get cameras that could slow it down enough to see it. So the name, and then it just sounds cool. So it was on my list of names for a long time. Um, I only started doing electronic music in 2020, 2021. So that's kind of when I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll use it for
Okay.
this.
No, no, yeah, that's perfect. I didn't know that's what it was. I thought there was something. I mean, I kind of understand coalescence in combining what elements and things. I thought there was something
Mhm.
more to it, like astrological or something. I didn't know that's what it was. That's cool. Um,
Yeah.
is the theme throughout your music trying to relate to that name? Is it kind of a cool? How do I explain this? Like a watery theme, or do you use cooler sounds? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, it does. I think it definitely influences. And I mean, there's other water themes as well. My symbol is an upside down triangle, which is the chemical symbol for water. I've always been really inspired by like Bruce Lee talking about
Oh yeah,
the
yeah. Move like water.
speech. Yeah, and like how it moves away rock and like just about consistency and stuff. And I feel like it's been an ethos of what I've been trying to do.
Bro, no, I think that's a. I had one other artist say him as an inspiration too, outside of music, and I was like, yeah, I mean, his mentality applies to music very well. Just stay consistent. You know, it's hard. Um, is is this your sole project, or do you have other music things you're involved with outside of this?
This is all I'm working on right now. I've been in bands and played music my whole life. I'm actually from Kingston, Ontario, which is quite a bit further. I'm from Canada, but it's quite a
Okay,
bit further
that's
into
right.
central Canada. So I lost a lot of my music friends, just lost touch after I moved. So
Mm.
I've always kind of had it on the radar. I didn't really care what I did. I play acoustic guitar, I play violin, I've been in like
Oh yeah, I
different
saw I
bands
saw
and
clips
stuff.
even where you're playing. Is it violin or fiddle? I don't know
Yeah,
what you'd say it is, right?
yeah,
But
either or, yeah.
yeah, multi-talented. It seems like you can read music and everything, like well produced, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it's been big. Like, when I first started releasing my first album, you see it. It was Which Way Up. It was kind of like a weird kind of techno, all kind of electronic music kind of thing. And then I didn't quite know what I wanted to do yet. I was just kind of plugging away. I didn't have any production training or DAW training or anything like that. I just was a multi-instrumentalist and had some experience with,
Mm.
songwriting and stuff
That's
like
a bit
that.
of a different ball game trying to get into the engineering space, huh, bro? Like that's not the fun part, bro. The fun
It
part's the
sucks.
recording. It's
Dude,
like,
yeah,
dude,
I'm bad at computers too. Like I'm not intuitive to it at all. So it was there were some dark times
oh
in the
no, bro.
because
I
of
hear
that.
you. I hear you. The fact you got your music out on all platforms already is an accomplishment, you know, because I was the same way, you know. I played guitar or I wrote and rapped, but once I was like finally 18, 20, how do I get it on Spotify? I don't know. You have to go through the distributors and all this shit, you know, man.
Yeah.
So, hey, what would you say was the hardest part of transitioning from just playing instruments to, you know, kind of creating your own career, basically your own artist, bro?
There's a lot to it. Like music has always been an outlet for me. And like especially with like, past mental health stuff, it's always been kind of like a net for me to fall back in. I feel like when I started being goal oriented, I guess it was during COVID that I was like, okay, I don't know any other musicians. I am tired of making excuses. Like, I want to start releasing music. So I guess I'm doing it
That's right.
myself. It was a
I
big
feel you.
because, first of all, just writing music alone is different than a collaboration, like with a band or something like that. But then also, like, again, the computer stuff, like, I had used a little bit of Cubase, a little bit of Adobe, quite a bit of GarageBand.
Okay. Okay.
Dive into a DAW and like actually learn like, okay, what can this do? Like, what is mixing? All that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
In
getting
the
all the
DAW.
frequencies right. Dudes,
Yeah.
I hate all even mixing your voice. Oh, I wanted to ask. Well, I can dive more into the tracks. This is it Gone with the Troubles or Gone with the
Yeah,
Trouble track?
Gone with the Troubles, yeah.
Is that your voice on the track or is that a feature
Yeah.
on it?
No, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only features artist I've had for vocals, I think so far is Imperfect Autumn was on Never Gonna Leave. But yeah, everything else is myself. All the instruments are me. Armillary Spheres has played guitar for me on Oceans of Insanity.
Which one is the Never Gonna Leave one on? Is that on the
Never
album
Gonna
here?
Leave is, yeah, it's on Transcending Dissonance.
Okay,
It's the last
Transcendent.
track.
I might check that one out.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, working.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised that's you on the track. I thought it was like a hidden feature or something on that one. Like that's a very trance type track, you know.
Yo, I appreciate that.
Um, yeah, hey, no problem, bro. What was it like recording and shit? How do you get your voice to mix with the house music and stuff? That's a different ball game to me, bro.
It's been so weird, man. I feel like honestly, a misplaced sense of confidence and naivety kind of like sent me down. Like I was
Yeah,
like, I'll just
hey,
try it. Like
every
I didn't
every artist needs that, bro. You need to have that to make music, bro.
for real, for real. So I didn't know like, and I think what I didn't know couldn't hurt me at the time. So, but it really like I feel like I do have like a natural ear for how things should sound. And I've had some really good support. Again, self-taught, but our Millery Spheres, who I mentioned previously, he's a buddy that I've known for quite a long time. And there was one time I remember where I was at my breaking point. Like I had Transcending Dissonance basically ready to release, but I didn't really feel confident with mixing, had no clue how to master it. And there was one night after work, he sat on a video call with me and I wrote out like 4 pages of questions. And I'm like, what's compression? What's
Oh,
a
oh
max?
yeah, yeah.
You know,
What's the high filter do? What's the low filter do?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Dude.
and it was so helpful because online is challenging to learn. Like there's a lot of information, but it's almost too much. And a lot of people are out
Mm.
there, I find, no hate, but trying to sell people on a quick fix. Like this is how you master your
Oh,
tracks.
they're
And
trying to
it's
sell a course or a book or
a
bro, it's the same with
catch-all.
just like music promotion in general. There's plenty of those fools who are like how to boost your views, how to get your playlist. It's like I don't really pay attention to them because it's like you said, it's a selling point most of the time, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's sad, but it is kind of predatory in some ways.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I don't know. I feel like music in general is kind of turned in, especially with this new wave of social media. It's turned into yeah, exploitative of musicians and artists. You know what I mean? So
100%.
I don't know. How do you stay original and everything? I wanted to ask on the first track what the bass line was on that 808s. Like, how are you recording these sounds? Because it's good. You know.
So I use Reason Studios as my go-to DAW. I got in there because again in 2020 I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was listening to a lot of like epic core like trailer classical music like Globus and stuff like that. So I
Okay.
kind of thought that was where I would go with it. So I got into Reason because it had a really good natural kind of layout, but the bass in Trees, the main Bwompy one is it's a banana bass from Vital, which is
Banana bass. I like the
so
sound of that one.
trendy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used it a couple times now.
Did you slap any distortion on it? Or I mean it sounds almost harsh, you know, but not too harsh. I like it.
Yeah, I've used a couple different things. There's like a tube distortion I put on there, which is like Reason's scream distortion plugin. There's a couple different pulverizers on there. There's a sweet, and all stock pretty much, but there's a sweet bass throw stock plugin for pulverizers and that kind of stuff.
I'll have to check out excuse me. Sorry. I'll have to check out Reasons you said. Is it that's the name of a DAW? It's the actual program?
Yeah, Reason Studios. It was by Propellerhead. I think it's somebody else now, but
Mm.
um, it's pretty good. Like, there's nobody out there that's. I mean, your DAW's your DAW. I think is the main thing, and there's nobody out there saying it's the best one. But I
Oh yeah.
find it's
It's personal preference, bro.
and
I
that's
think you're the
how you
first.
know, right?
Yeah, that's true. I think you're the first person to bring this one up. You know, everyone's always saying FL or Ableton, you know.
Yeah.
I use Audacity too. Mine's
Oh,
like
that's
old
right on.
school. Old
Yeah.
school, you know. Um
Whatever makes it happen, right?
yeah, yeah, it's like you said, it's personal. Well, bro, it's good to talk to you as a self-taught musician because I feel like our mindsets are similar. It's hard to work with people for me who are like following a rule book, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um do you have that when you collab with other people or what do you look for when you work with other people?
Um, like honestly, freedom is best for me. Like, I don't think about when I'm writing, I'm going off of vibes. Like I'm chasing that kind of goosebump feeling I get, or like an emotional, like whoa kind of thing. So when I'm making music in collaborations, I don't want to not have that. So it's nice when the people are generally happy that it's not, flexibility is key. Like the one that's coming out next Friday, Gravity Falls.
Oh yeah, that's
Space,
right.
yeah,
Well,
Spacey Panda is a collaborator on it, and she's from Quebec, Canada as well. But neither of us cared about genre or anything, and what she sent me and what we ended up with are quite different and far apart. But I feel like if it slaps, it slaps. you
yeah,
know?
no, that's bro, that's exactly right. Sometimes you're writing yourself into a box if it's like, oh, we're gonna do a gangster track or a smoking track. You know, it's like just create something. It doesn't even have to be a whatever genre you're going for. You know, bro. Like I like to hear that. How did you run into her? Or how do you run into these other artists you collab with?
So, Never Gonna Leave, I wrote with a friend from work. He wanted like a camping song for his kids. So we kind of
Oh,
combined
okay.
and worked together on the lyrics and stuff. But he decided that he wanted a lady vocal in that track. So we went online and we ended up finding Imperfect Autumn. And so we became friends. And then through her, it just kind of got me into a pre-existing kind of community of people, Koala Casey, JC, Silicon City, and a bunch of those guys that,
Is it like just like a label or collective or something?
yeah, it's turned into a label, which is
That's
pretty
cool.
cool.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
Beta Time Records. Yeah, so it's still very, very early, but again, just the community, man. Like, I guess you asked about marketing and stuff like that a while ago, and that was the thing that I was getting wrong. Is it's not about making advertisements; it's about making connections and
Mm.
like actually touching, reaching out and like connecting with people, and that like that's where I've seen growth and listeners add on and stuff like that is once I started showing my face helped, like we have to compete with all the bots and the
Oh
bot
yeah.
music and
Bro,
stuff.
no. The AI music's getting out of hand. I might have to just add that as like a regular question I ask people because the botting in general, or if they bought your streams, I don't know if you've dealt with that. Like they add something to a playlist, you'll get 100, 200 streams overnight, but it's from a playlist, so then they'll disappear. It's botted. It's like I
And they
don't
can
want to
take
mess
your
with that.
music down too. Yeah, like
Yeah,
those
I've heard about that.
distributors, CD Baby and a few others will just, I think DistroKid will just take your stuff off,
Bro,
which is brutal.
luckily DistroKid hasn't swiped my stuff away, but I have had to fight some copyright strikes from other artists over some, petty
No
stuff in the
way.
past,
Oh
bro.
man, that freaks me out having that happen. How did you survive?
I had to reach out to them through X, I think, or Twitter, whatever it was, because they weren't replying through their website or through their email or through their Facebook. And then they had an actual rep on Twitter of all places that got my music restored. But like, yeah, that's a genuine fear for musicians starting, bro. Like, look out for that stuff, the botting and everything, bro. Because,
Hmm.
yeah, they'll take away all your music. What distributor do you use, if you don't mind me asking?
I go through a Muse. I've been with
Oh, yeah.
them since my first release in 2021. They're pretty good. Like, I don't think the analytical data is as good as some of the other distributors, but their customer service is pretty good. So yeah.
Well, that might be it might be better to trade that because I think the only reason I'm staying on DistroKid or Spotify for artists and everything is they'll show you those real time updates. But there's like practically no customer support, so I can't recommend them really. Um, anyway, real quick, which track would you prefer for me to play in the middle? Would you want me to play Gone with the Troubles or the Never Gonna Leave one? I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, dude, going with the troubles. That's different.
Okay, okay. I was gonna play the other one, but I like this
That's
one
up to
too.
you, man. Yeah, I'm happy with both.
No, this one's like a let's see if it gives me an ad. This one's like a club kind of track or house track. Is that fair
Yeah.
to say?
Yeah. So my first album, for a little backstory, was Which Way Up. My second full length album, so first full length album, was Oceans of Enceladus, and that was very much synth wavy, kind of like cinematic. I didn't really have the EDM edge, and then I went to a music festival here in Salmo, BC called Shambhala, and I got my bones moved around by the bass, and it
It
definitely
changed.
impacted my sound.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay, sweet.
We lost you for a second. Did the music festival shake you up a bit? It changed how you were looking at it and
Yeah,
everything.
I need the bass now.
Oh, bro, we can talk about that here in a second. Let me play this "Gone with the Troubles" track. Let's get it. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. If you're watching YouTube, Twitch, follow me. Follow Coalescence, Cascade. Also, there we go.
We getting rid of the troubles. I'm getting gone with the squabbles. Just shut it off at the nozzle and smoke some green from this bottle. I used to ban and some oil. Just take it in and recoil. The stress will just make you boil. Keep your head high like a royal. Feet planted in the soil. But I'm so high like a royal. They say how long can we struggle? What kind of life you should model? What kind of dreams we should coddle? Well, I got some sieve we can gobble. Never gonna find the end for this wobble. So far the top of the throttle. Getting gone with the troubles. We getting gone with the troubles. Gone with the troubles. We getting gone with the troubles. The stress will just make you boil. Keep your head high like a royal. Like a royal. Like a royal. Gone with the troubles. We getting gone with the troubles. Gone with the troubles. We getting gone with the troubles. Gone with the troubles. We getting gone with the troubles. Gone with the troubles. We getting gone with the troubles. But I'm so high like a royal. We getting rid of the troubles. I'm so high like a royal. We getting rid of the troubles. I'm getting from this bottle. We getting rid of the troubles. I'm 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 rid of the troubles. I'm getting 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 rid of the troubles. I'm rid of the troubles. I'm getting rid of the troubles. I'm getting rid of the troubles. Rid of the troubles. I'm getting rid of the troubles. I'm getting gone with the troubles. We getting gone with the troubles. Gone with the troubles. We getting gone with the troubles. Gone with the troubles. We getting gone like a royal. Keep your head high like a royal.
Hey, that's right. That's right. Gone with the Troubles, man. Leave a like.
Creators.
Hold on.
You no longer
Leave a like. Leave a subscribe. I hate those ads. No, good track. Good track. I mean, yeah, I'm still surprised as you on the feature, re-listening to it. It's just good mixing on that track, man. That's a good one.
Thanks, man.
How long would you say it comes? Excuse me. How long would you say it takes for you to come up with some of these tracks, or that one in particular, even?
Yeah, it kind of depends. I feel like the music that I make that I like the most happens pretty fast and organically. The ones that really grind out can still be pretty solid at the end, but I would say like I don't really spend less than probably 30 hours on a track, and I can spend 120 hours.
Yeah, eternity plus on the track, huh?
The
Bro.
final final mix.
Always tweak. Yeah, version 108 of whatever song, bro. I get it, man. Like, I respect you for mixing all your own stuff too. Have you gone through an engineer before, or it's just all you, man?
So Oceans of Enceladus was mixed and mastered by my buddy Colin Armillary Spheres.
Okay, hey, that's
He's
right.
his stuff's amazing. Like he's been at it for a long time, and it's so good. The album wouldn't be what it is without him. I paid him for it, and it sounded great, but I was ready to release Transcending Dissonance, and I didn't want to have to lean on other people. Like again, he's amazing, but I didn't want to have to wait or be
Oh yeah,
courteous.
yeah.
I got
Wait,
stuff. I was chomping at the bit.
no, I hear you. You don't know what the set date might be on the return.
Yeah, and I want to like I've been doing a lot of research into like marketing and stuff. It's not like I don't think I'm going to be like, famous or rich or whatever, but it's fun to try to get your stuff heard, and it's
That
that
that's
extra.
that's the idea they sell you on, is that you can blow up on a single video or something, but even that is not a
Exactly.
guarantee, bro.
No.
It's
And that's the thing that I actually find it more empowering now because I'm an artist and I'm gonna be making music no matter what. Like the period of time where I wasn't in bands in my hometown and I was here, I was still making music. Um, so the idea that, and this is, I guess, the one thing that I think is maybe a little bit better right now is at least you can get your stuff heard. Like I didn't have to go with a burnt CD to a bunch of Dead Mouse concerts and try to
oh
hand
yeah,
one
yeah, stand in
off.
line and everything. Oh
Yeah,
hey, bro,
you know?
buy a copy or slip in the CDs with what do they do now with the merch and stuff too? So then they can count it as a sale. That's what I heard,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Oh
man, it's
damn,
it's
bro.
it's crazy. But again, like I think, I mean, I'm realistic and I'm just enjoying the job, like the journey, like again, if I get 50 listeners in a week, I think that's awesome. Like imagine 50 people, like your
Well, in
stuff.
50 real people is better than, like we're saying, 500 bots or
Yeah,
5,000 bots too, because those aren't even actual people with half of the streams we see from, I say, major artists or major labels, bro.
well, those bots are there to protect a major artist, right? Like when Drake or Kendrick launch something, they have a bot campaign that Spotify sanctions to give them priority in the algorithm. And our stuff gets swept up by those
Hmm.
legal bots, but then because we're not in the upper echelon or
We
whatever
don't
you
we
call
don't get the slide for it.
it, they take our stuff
It
down.
is like a game, they say, right? The music industry is a bit of a game sometimes, man.
It
Um,
is.
but it's good. You still get to meet original people, like even on the podcast here. I think you're the first EDM producer or electronic producer I've had. I've had other genres, but it's just dope. I'm always trying to meet different genres of people. Um, can I ask when you got into this sound in particular, or in music in general, bro? Like, who are some of your inspirations?
When I grew up, I wasn't allowed a radio for a long time, so because we were very Christian. So
Okay, okay. Hey, you can talk about as much or as little as you want, because I was similar, raised with
yeah,
a strict background, bro.
yeah. So like I got little snippets of music here and there. I was homeschooled too until high school, so I
Oh
was like
yeah,
I'm gonna use the word sheltered. I played violin, like I took lessons. I learned guitar and stuff,
was
but it
coming
wasn't.
was coming. Sorry to interrupt. Was coming
Okay.
out of homeschooling or into high school, was it just like you're getting experience or used to all these other types of music and everything? Was it
It was
overwhelming at all?
amazing, man. It was
Okay,
overwhelming.
it was a good thing though.
Stressful. It was like a crazy mushroom drip. Like it was so insane to like a new metal was popping off back then. We had like Linkin Park and stuff, which
Oh yeah, yeah, corn and everything.
yeah, corn too. Oh my god, shoots and ladders and stuff. Like it was a cool time for music. And then dude, I hadn't heard like the classics really. So I got to go back and like experience Back in
Mm.
Black and like Shoot the Thrill and like Jimi Hendrix and Pink Floyd. Like it it wasn't, I don't know if like one experience is better than the other, but it was crazy. I felt like I had an endless list of music to get into. Like I hit rock really hard. I just went through a hip hop phase that did 5 years where that's like all
Oh
I
hell yeah,
like
yeah. Was
maybe
it was it like old school hip hop, like Wu Tang and everything?
everything. Yeah, I
Yeah.
started with the new stuff and like Eminem and like but I mean Jay-Z was doing stuff with Linkin Park and stuff earlier too. Like that
Oh,
was
yep, yep.
like that, but
I remember before Jay-Z had his his full albums on Spotify and Apple because he was doing Tidal. It was just the Linkin Park collabs for years, bro. Those are the only ones on streaming, and I was like, "Oh shit, bro!" But
yeah,
that's
man.
funny, man.
Yeah.
How about electronic or I don't like saying dubstep, bro, because I really don't like the like growler kind of sounds. I like the genres around it, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more melodic and stuff like that. I've
Or
always
electronic, I guess.
Yeah, I've always kind of listened to, like, growing up, I was obviously able to listen to certain things. So, like, movie soundtracks, I would get a lot out of that, the Lord of the Rings soundtrack and that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
hey, okay. That
Because
and
I
that one made it. That one's approved.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, like, I feel like, um, but I mean, like, there was like, I knew Daft Punk sort of. I liked Fatboy Slim. Some of his music made it through to
Oh,
me.
okay. There you go. Hey,
Yeah.
those are two good names already, bro.
Yeah, and then like again, I was in high school by like I'm old. I was in high school by the time like the 2000 or out of high school by the time the 2010s and like Skrillex and those guys rolled around, and that was kind of the like dawning, I think, of
That's
what
yeah. That's like when I was
modern EDM.
coming into like middle or high school with all the rave stuff. Like Skrillex was or Dead Mouse. They were kind of at their peak when I was in school,
Yeah,
and then fading after that. You know, so
yeah,
I feel like I like these other genres of electronic. For a while it was definitely that mainstream dubstep sound that was getting shoved around like the knife party sound, you know.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
Knife Party's awesome.
no, he's good and all, but it's just like at that time I was just so burnt out on that music, you know, bro.
Yeah, yeah, and it was everywhere, right? Like it was going so hard. I probably didn't listen to much EDM at that time.
Well, that's what I like with your sound too, is it's not overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like you'll still have nice builds up or a riser that's not like blowing my eardrum out, bro.
Thanks, man. Yeah, like I'm definitely not like setting out to make, dubstep or dance music or chill step or, I'm kind of incorporating elements that I like. Like if I'm making Back into Space is an interesting one just because I can see it right now, but that was one where
Oh hell yeah.
mostly my music's pretty busy and pretty full, like especially if you go back to my older stuff. And that was one where I set out to just say I want to make something that doesn't sound like
You weren't
Coalescence.
going for like a particular genre or anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to slower. Like I wanted to take some of the elements that I feel comfortable using and strip them away. And that was actually another one I ended up rapping in. And it wasn't a plan. It was just I listened to it. You know how you get it where you want it, and then you just kind of listen to it and bob along. And it hit me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna rap on it. I don't know if I can rap, but again, that's that misplaced confidence. You just go for it
Well,
and see
hey, the other track, the Gone with the Troubles one, is good. You know, like I feel like you can if there's a lot of I feel like we're losing with rap. We're getting so invested in like what music people have out or the looks and shit, and we're losing like the actual talent, bro. There's plenty of fools who were just making good music back in the day, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
And I
you're
feel
so
like
right.
we're losing like kind of that. We're getting a little judgmental like all the time. It's like just let fools do their own thing with the music,
Bro,
bro.
I hate the judgmental and the gatekeeping and that. It's so frustrating. Like, it's not what it's supposed to be about. And I'm a big advocate that we should be building each other up and supporting each other. And it's hard to do
I
this,
agree,
right? Like,
bro. No, I
you're
agree.
putting yourself out there, you're and like an exposed nerve, and to tear someone down that's just trying to say something with their art is just, it's really sad to me.
Bro, and the younger the generations get, you know, the more ruthless they get too. I see some other like even older rappers posting and they're just getting torn apart, and I'm like, damn, bro, like I don't know how you still posting. Like kudos to them, bro, but it's tough to make music, bro. You feel me?
Dude, it is. And it takes chops to like I've been very lucky. I'm gonna get haters now because I'm saying this, but I've been very lucky to not have a lot of haters. But I know people that are eating a lot of negative feedback that's
Yeah.
not
Well,
even
bro, they say any publicity is good publicity, but sometimes I'm reading these comments. I'm like, bro, I would rather just not even read that shit. Like,
I'm
damn, bro.
sensitive, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
don't need to
I'm
hear
like,
that
bro, I don't know if I could take that one, bro. Like
for
every
real, man.
every day you wake up to something different. Like, who knows, bro? See, that's also the curse of going viral. You get the viral support, you get the viral hate too. You know, bro.
Yeah, I know it's so true.
Excuse me.
It's all good.
What are some? I'll kind of start leaning to wrap it up if that's all right, bro. But
Yeah,
what are some upcoming plans? And you said the homie, what was her name? Homie Space
Space
Panda.
Cascade, Space Panda. Yeah, she's in there right now.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, yeah, she's awesome. So that's what we've got coming out next Friday. We've been doing kind of a big push for that on social media. It's a weird one. There's some violin in there. There's some slidey bass in there.
Do you have
Um,
a name for it?
yeah, it's called Gravity Falls.
Oh, that's right. Gravity Falls. You told me that. You told me that already.
That's
Okay.
okay, man. Yeah, the pre-save is available on both of our Instagrams, and you should
Oh,
follow us both.
perfect.
She's awesome too.
Gravity Falls, Spacey Panda. Again, Coalescence, Cascade.
Coalescence,
I
Cascade.
almost keep saying Conclave because that movie just came out with the
Oh,
Pope, and I was
yeah.
like, I don't want to mess this up. When I introduced you, I was like, shit. Um, where can people follow you? Are you on TikTok or Twitter, Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok, Instagram. I don't touch my Twitter too much. But yeah,
I
and then I'm
can't
on
I can't blame you. That's where the hate's at anyway, bro. Like shit.
yeah, dude. But yeah, and then I'm on Instagram. Obviously, you can check me out on SoundCloud and then any streaming service where music is sold. Oh, and Bandcamp. I've got a little Bandcamp
Oh,
community.
hey, that's right. Bandcamp's cool.
Yeah.
Do you still have to go through though and upload it separately onto Bandcamp? I don't think it can count like as a service you distribute to.
No, it's its own thing. So you still have to copy over the code so that it doesn't get taken down. But what's
Right.
cool about it is because it's independent, I've done one release that's exclusive to Bandcamp, and there's probably going to be some more as well coming up.
What's the name of that one for people who want to check it out?
It's a remix of my track Sprite Lightning, which was on
Oh yeah, yeah.
Coalescence, but
Isn't that an opening track? I was playing that the other day, and then my girl was like, "What is the name of this track, bro?" So I'll ask you, what's Sprite Lightning about, bro?
so lightning sprites are like again another weird scientific thing. They've only just discovered them in the last little while, but they're like upside down lightning that lasts very small periods of time. And they're like red. You should look them up. There's some beautiful pictures.
You know
but
what? We can do it real quick if you want on here. I don't mind. I kind of like
Yeah,
I like exploring this kind of stuff. Why not?
yeah, let's do it.
This isn't the same as like cloud to cloud lightning, is it?
No, this is different. So it's I think it might be figured out now, but when I learned about it, it was kind of a mystery.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, look at that. That's crazy.
Is it Sprite lightning because it's supposed to look like a spirit or I guess a
Yeah,
sprite,
they
right?
call them lightning sprites. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
That's so interesting. Wow. You know, real quick, you seem like you're into these kind of scientific things. Are you super what do you say, superstitious at all? Do you believe in any energy or anything or ghosts at all?
Yeah, yeah. I think I
Okay.
do. I don't think I've seen enough to say yes or no to anything. You know, I think the world's a pretty mystical place.
You
And
don't
I think
have any ghost stories, do you? I forgot. I usually want to ask people that. I haven't been asking them on stream.
no, I saw a UFO though a couple 2, 3
Oh,
years ago. Yeah, that was weird. It was
um,
like a fireball kind of situation, and it did like a weird thing. Again, I don't know if it's aliens.
up
We
there in
understand science.
and you're up there in Canada, right? You said
Yeah, yeah. It was near Calgary, actually.
that's how you know, bro, that they're not making them up. They're
Yeah, right.
everywhere, you know. They're
Exactly,
worldwide.
man. Yeah,
Um,
but I'm pretty open-minded.
well, that's cool, man. I had a good conversation with you. If there's anything else you want to promote or touch on real quick before I get you off, I'll play. What track was I gonna play here? Into Space, bro, for the
Yeah,
outro.
space. Yeah, I got songs coming out every month pretty much right now, so just follow and I hope you like it.
All right, hey, perfect. Whoa, hey, it just played in the background. That bass is aggressive. I appreciate you pulling up. Y'all go follow him on Instagram, TikTok, and you have a good rest of the night, man.
Yeah, I love you guys.
That's right. Appreciate everyone pulling up, leaving a like, supporting. You feel me? Dropping the comments, all that, dog. Back into space, Coalescence, Cascade. Go follow on Instagram, TikTok, and follow me at Tapatio.master on Instagram.